Hello everybody, today we're doing a video for GTA Car Kits in a 2015 Infiniti QX60, and today we're going to show you how to install our version 2 of our Apple CarPlay and Android Auto kit. We already filmed this car before with our version 1 kit, but version 2, it's been improved. It's easier to install this kit, it has less wiring, no need for extra microphone, it uses the original microphone. There's no need to remove the center console. We're able to do all the wiring at the back of the head unit, and you're still able to control the system with the original controls. The resolution has been improved. You're also able to control everything with the touchscreen. None of the Infiniti features get disabled. Everything works the same way. You can easily switch back to the original system. And the system works wirelessly with both Apple iPhone and Android Auto. The original rear camera will still work, and now we're going to show you how to install it into this car. So the tools you're going to need is a Phillips screwdriver, this is our hook tool, and this is our panel removal tool, and of course you're going to need our product. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move the shifter down, so make sure that the foot brake is on, and then we're going to remove this little cover. And you can use a small screwdriver, or we're going to use our own tool to press the button we need there. Move the shifter down, so this gives us more space to work on the car here. Here underneath, first thing we'll do is remove this rubber mat. So you just pull it towards yourself, and then you're gonna see there's a Phillips screw right there in the middle, and we're gonna undo it. Next is this black panel, so it just comes towards the back of the car, so you have to pull it from the back. It unclips. Now this one can come out, it's the same thing, it just unclips. You first do one side, to remove this panel you have to undo two Phillips screws, so there's one here and one over here. Next is this face of the controls for the stereo, so we're going to use our panel removal tool and we will unclip both sides. And there's one connection here, so you have to press the clip and it will disconnect. Now to remove this big panel above, again there are two screws. There's one right there and one over here. It's hiding behind this wire. Now we have to unclip this entire panel. So you just pull on it, and there is one connection here at the back. Same thing, there's a clip at the bottom. You have to press to unclip it. We need to get to the back of the head unit in order to do all of our connections. So there are two bolts on top, 1 and 2, and two more bolts at the bottom. So first we'll do the top bolts, then we'll show you the bottom ones. As you see, these bolts on top are silver, and that's when you're putting everything back, make sure that you put the silver ones are the ones that you hold the head unit in place. And these are the two bolts underneath. There's one right here and one over there. So the head unit can now come out, so you just pull and it will come out towards the back of the car, and you're going to tilt it forward. We're going to suggest to put we're going to be using this microfiber cloth underneath it so it doesn't scratch your dashboard. And at the back of the head unit we're going to be undoing four original connections. So this one, the one below it, then this is the video cable, and below that is the cable for auxiliary. Now we're going to show you what comes in our kit and everything that we're going to be connecting. So inside the kit, you're going to find our main module here that gets hidden behind the stereo. This is our wireless antenna. This is the cable for auxiliary. We have a video cable. We have USB cable, which we're going to install into the passenger footwell compartment. This is our main harness. So there's two connections here, and then these two will go to the actual module. So now we're going to show you how to connect everything. We will start with connecting the video cable. So this is the original one. and ours has to replace it. So we'll use our tool to press on the clip here in order to disconnect it. Then we'll grab the video cables that came with our kit. So as you can see, they're looking like the original ones. So this end will go instead of the original, and the female end, this is where you plug in the original, and this blue end will go into our module. Now we need to connect the main harness. So it has these two connections, and they're going to be here. So we'll unplug the original ones. So this one, you just press on the clip and remove it, and then the smaller one underneath. We will take the connections that came with our kit. So this is the bigger one. So you'll plug in the original one here, make sure that goes all the way in. And we will take the smaller one, again, plug in the original one. And then these two have to go to the back of the stereo. So we'll start with the lower one, that makes it easier. Plug it in. Now we need to connect the auxiliary wire connection, and that would be this one right here. As you can see, it doesn't have many wires. So you unplug the original one, and you'll do the same thing. Plug it into our harness. And then our harness has to go to the back of the stereo. And then this auxiliary end, we have to plug it in to our harness that's marked auxiliary, female. So you should end up with this video wire. These are the two connections to the module. So now what we have to install is the wireless antenna and the USB cable. So this USB cable, we'll begin with that. We'll route it into the footwell compartment. So we're going to move the stereo to the side a little bit, so that gives us space to route it through there, and we're going to catch it over here. So to route the wire, we will grab this panel here, and it just unclips. You don't have to unclip it all the way, but just enough space to route the wire through there. So we'll grab our wire, we'll push it up, and now we can catch it behind the stereo. It's hard to see there, there's a lot of wires, but there's plenty of space to get this wire through. So once the wire is through, we're just going to leave this much of this cable here. As you can see, it's not in the way of anything, and it's quite hidden. And the last thing to wire would be this wireless antenna. So you can hide it behind the dash. We're going to hide it over here, closer to the driver, and just make sure that you don't stick it to the actual module. Otherwise, it might interfere with each other. So the blue end, leave out over here, and then the actual antenna we're going to route. And like I said, we'll peel this back, and it will be resting behind the dash somewhere over there. So now we can connect all of the wires to the module. So we'll start with the antenna, then you can do on the same side as the USB cable. Here is the video cable, and this is the main harness, 1 and 2. So everything is plug and play. And the last thing would be to hide this module behind the stereo, so everything goes back as original. So in this particular car, the best spot that we found, it's kind of hard to show, but if you look behind this plastic bar, and behind it there's plenty of space, so that's where we're gonna hide the module right now, and put the module right there behind that silver bar, and that's where it's gonna stay. So now we're ready to start putting the head unit back. So you just gotta arrange all these extra wires that you have here, so there's plenty of space for everything to go back into. And this original wire, it was above the head unit. Make sure that you don't lose it, and don't install the head unit with this wire at the back. So make sure you bring it out and carefully start putting the head unit back. And you gotta make sure that these square holes line up with the silver guide pins over there, so that will tell you that everything is correct. And this is the bottom, same thing, everything has to line up with the guide clips, and you got to make sure that no extra wires are hanging down here below, that you don't squeeze them with these metal brackets. So everything looks good, the module is right there. We're going to start bolting the head unit back in place. So as we mentioned before, the head unit bolts are silver, not black. So now we'll reinstall this panel. So just make sure to plug it back in, and we will clip it in place. And before doing these two bolts underneath it, we will just connect the lower one so we can test everything. And after we test everything successfully, then we can bolt everything down. So we're just gonna rest this panel here. We're gonna grab our connection for the USB here. So the ignition is on, and we're gonna make sure that we set the sound source as auxiliary in order to hear stuff from CarPlay or Android Auto. You can also do it through Bluetooth, but for testing, we're gonna do it through auxiliary. So that's been set, and now we can grab our iPhone and connect it by the wire. You just gotta make sure that it charges. It does. And now, as you can see, the system switched automatically to CarPlay. So you're gonna test everything, make sure that these controls are working. You can test the touchscreen controls. We're gonna test the music. The music is working. And to switch back to the original Infiniti system, you can just press and hold the back button, and it will switch. That's how you switch between the two. So now that the system works, we can assemble everything back. So these are the two bolts underneath the first panel. Now you can clip this one in on both sides. So two more bolts here. This one just clips on. Then the one below it. Make sure not to lose this wire connection here. We have to connect it back to our 12-volt socket. There's the last bolt right there in the middle. And now the final piece is this rubber mat. So just push it towards the front of the car, and then push it down so it goes back into its place. So now the installation has been completed. We also paired the iPhone wirelessly to the system. Again, this was a video for GT.